Hello, everyone. Hello. How was your day? Okay, I hope you can all hear me. Hi. If you're online, please, can I see a comment? Just one comment, then I'll continue. All right. I know people will join me. So, thank you very much for that brief introduction, Mr. Icon Ali Adams. Thank you so very much. So, my name is Adil Misherifat. I am a depression coach and natural therapist. So, some of you must have known me, but for some of you that have not met me yet, have not known me, my name is Adil Misherifat. I am a depression coach and I'm also a natural therapist. All right, so I became a depression coach, just like Coach Ali Adams said. I became a depression coach by personal experience. Yes, and personal experience, they say, is the best teacher. I have been depressed. I've been down with anxiety issues, very acute ones. So, and I was able to get out of it of natural therapist, which happens to be my first passion. All right, so I'm not here for introduction right now. If you've been following me before now, you would have seen few of my posts about my love for my niche, because people ask me why depression, why natural therapy. That story is should be in one of my posts if you check. All right, so today, let me go right into what I was invited to discuss. I was actually the topic today is about overthinking. Yes, overthinking. As simple as overthinking can sound, it sounds very simple, right? Overthinking. It's just a normal term. What can overthinking cause for us? What problem can it cause? Why is it so important that we had to set up a live webinar to talk about it? Overthinking is very, very important for some few reasons. The first reason, overthinking is a form of depression that affects the health as time goes on if not taken care of. Overthinking can be seen as what we call a mild depression, mild form of depression. That is what overthinking is. And if not taken care of, it can lead to acute depression, which I know none of us would want to go through, because acute depression can be very, very difficult to manage. Yes, I've been there, so I can tell. So, overthinking. What is overthinking? Just like the English suggests, overthinking is just an act where you overthink things. And there are different levels of overthinking. There are different reasons why people overthink. If you are the type that if you have a task to do, like there's a task to do, and you keep thinking about how to go about it, I mean how to carry out the task. Listen, it's a normal thing, it's a very normal thing to think about ways to go about doing things. It's a very, very normal thing. But once you find yourself thinking about it the first time, you still think about that same thing the second time, think about it the third time, and then it eventually stops you from getting into that task. It stops you from starting the task. Then you should know that you have an overthinking issue. And if you are also the type that, let's say, whenever you feel like, okay, let me relax my brain, maybe you've been working with your brain for a while and you feel like relaxing your brain for a minute, or you just want to lay down and go to sleep, and you find out that your brain never stops talking. Your brain keeps complaining about what has been happening, about the good things that has been happening, about the bad things that have been happening. Now listen, overthinking does not necessarily have to do with bad things only. It's an habit, it's a general habit. So, one most important point I want to point out, one most important thing I need to point out is this. Why it is the major reason why it is important for us to really take care of our overthinking issue is because it it can kill a dream. Yes, for instance, we have a goal. We want to reach a goal. There's a goal, there's something, there's a task, a list of tasks we need to do to reach a goal. For instance, let's say you are weighing 80 kg, you want to reduce to maybe 50. You have a goal of reducing to 50. Or that's even, by the way, that's to some people it's very important to lose weight, while to some people it's just they just carry on with their body weight and they are fine with it. But let's talk about business. Let's talk about business. We all know that up and running and getting good income from it is one of life's main goal. Say you have a business running already, and you have a product you need to put out, and that product, for it to gain recognition in the public, you have few things to do. You have to create an advert about it. You have to maybe face to face adverts, different forms of adverts. If you are the overthinking type, do you know that it can let you fail in that project? And definitely, if you fail in a project like that, it means no income for you. It can even lead to the end of your business. So you can see how important it is to get rid of our overthinking issues. So this way, it reduces our productivity. It makes us less productive. So how do we maximize our productivity? How? There are some key elements. There are some key elements that we need to watch out for in order to maximize our productivity. How do you know you are an overthinker? This overthinking we're talking about, it does not is very, very dicey. At times, you don't know you have the issue. In fact, most of the times, you do not know you have overthinking issues, because it doesn't come like, it's not like a physical pain. It's not something that that you notice. If you don't keep calm and try to be intentional about your body, what everything that's happening in your system, you might not realize you have that issue. So how do you know you have this issue? The first thing I'd like to point out is, if the first point, I have 7 points that I want to talk about. The first point is, if you find out that you are a perfectionist. What do I mean by being a perfectionist? A perfectionist is just the type of person that wants to get every little thing. That you want to get every let me call it material that you need to complete a task. You want to get it ready before you start. Not even about getting it ready. I am a perfectionist, so I know better. Or let me say, I used to be a perfectionist before I mastered this um before I learned ways to reduce my overthinking or to eliminate my overthinking. So being a perfectionist, you don't even it's not even about getting the materials complete. It's about, you just want every step you want to take to be perfect. For instance, now you want to let me see, what can I use for as an example? Okay, for instance, you want to talk about a book, and or sorry, for instance, let me say I'm looking for a perfect example to use. Sorry about the blabbing. Okay, so for instance, let's say, okay, you want to get 6 packs. Yes, 6 packs. For the ladies, let's say you want to reduce your stomach fat. How do you go about it? You read about it online, you met a wellness coach, they told you, okay, if you can do push-ups, if you can do push-up, like if you can be able to do 10 push-up in a day, then you'll be able to achieve that. All right, so with that, as a perfectionist, You would want to read so much about push-up so as to attain the perfect result. You have never done an exercise. Oh, you are not the type that knows, and you don't know much about exercise. All you just want to do is you want your belly fat reduced. For male, you want to get a six pack. You don't know anything about exercise before now, and then someone advise you to do push-ups. Maybe if you can achieve 30 push-ups a day, you can achieve 10 push-ups a day. Then as a perfectionist, you go about looking for articles on how to do your push-ups perfectly. You look for articles, you look for videos, you watch 10 videos, you watch 20 videos, you read and read and read and read on Google. You connect this coach, you talk to that wellness coach, you talk to that exercise coach, and all they have been telling you, you do not want to take action just because you want it to be perfect. Do you understand? Is my example explanatory enough to you? Okay, so that is what a perfectionist does. And in trying to be a perfectionist, you waste time in getting into the chores, into the task you're supposed to do, and eventually it becomes a procrastinator. You become a procrastinator in trying to become a perfectionist, because you would not want to start unless you get the perfect way to start. And you are forgetting one thing, that not being an exercising person before now would only you cannot get a perfect push up. You can just start any which way. Start, build your energy level first. But if you get to be perfect at it and you don't even have the energy level, is your months and months and months of research, or your days of research, will go to waste. So try not to avoid overthinking issues. Try not to be a perfectionist. Then the second part is the lazy person. The lazy people. Lazy when you are lazy at heart. Yes, at times we all want to be lazy. We all just want to lazy around, and we don't want to do anything. You see, if you're the type that lazy around, then you would feel uncomfortable at even starting anything. All you just want is to get results at a church. Let's still continue using the six packs as an example. Sorry, I mean the push up as an example. You want to do push up, you want to achieve a flat belly, you want to achieve a six pack. If you're the lazy type, all you do is, whenever you think about starting, all you think about is the way it will make you feel uneasy, the way your bone would be, you would have to stress, the way your bones would feel weak. That's the only thing you think about, and all you just want to see is the result. You don't want to do the task that you have to do to get the result. So try as much as possible. Look, laziness has nothing to do with the system, it's just a thing of the mind. So try as much as possible to let your mind off being lazy. All right. So the third point I have is, if you are the measurer. The measurer, yes, the measurer. What does it take to be a measurer? If you're the type that we can also say the measurer can be, you can call them the people that compare, that like to compare. For instance, these people, they like to make excuse. They like to make plenty of excuses not to get into a task. You make excuse about not being able to do a thing. You just give yourself a perfect excuse. You compare yourself to everyone else. For instance, let's say you are in like an exercise group, and someone is getting a particular exercise, you are not getting it. You try to look for an excuse for yourself, to give yourself the reason why you are not getting it. Maybe the person is a little slimmer than you are, or the person has a strong even if it's not a physical excuse, you might even want to give an excuse of this person must have a stronger bone than I am. That's why I'm not able to do it. That's why he's able to achieve it than I am. You might even say the person is taller than you are. There would always be someone better than you. That's what you do not know. And there's always be someone that you are better than. So life is not in life, you just have to keep pushing, you keep moving. All right, so if you let that stop you from achieving your dream. For instance, now you see someone that is better than you and you feel down, you feel like you're not working enough, or you feel like you're not achieving something, you feel like your peers are achieving more than you are, and if you let that get you down, then you might just be stuck in it forever. It happened to me countless times. So I would not want something like that. I would not want you to put something like that to your mind, because it has a way of pulling our strength down. It has a way of pulling our mind down. Then it makes us overthink. It makes us think about why am I not like this person? Why can't I be like that person? Why am I not as fast as this person? Why am I not as perfect as this person? When you put stuff like that in your head, it kills your zeal, it kills your strength to even get on the task at all. And when you get stuck in that area, trust me, you might not be able to get out on time. All right, so let me move to the fourth point. My fourth point is the futurists. The futurists, yes, the futurists. So the futurist is just as simple as the English sounds. Someone that thinks about what would happen. Someone that, excuse me, sorry. Someone that does not think about what will happen now. Someone that thinks about what will happen in the nearest future. Someone that thinks about in the next 1 year, what will happen? How would this thing take shape? How would this start? They have starts. How would it how would it be? What will happen? So being a futurist is can be very, very I'm looking for a perfect English to use. Being a futurist can be very, very deceiving. Yes, it can be very, very deceiving. Being a futurist can deceive you into thinking you are doing the right thing, into thinking you are the best. Yes, if you think of course, now let me think of what will happen to, let me say for instance that you don't have kids yet, and you are in fact you are not even pregnant yet, and you are there thinking about what will happen to your children when they grow old, when they start to grow old. That is not, I always tell people there are some things that are not even for you to think about. There are some things you do not need to think about, because thinking about them only keeps weighing you down, and aside from weighing you down, it deviates you from the exact step you are supposed to take. For instance, now you are not pregnant, you want to get pregnant. Instead of you to focus on things to do to get pregnant, maybe because of your present financial situation, you start thinking about, when these kids come, how would I feed them? When they come, how would I take care of them? When they start school, how would I pay their bills? That is not for you to think about. No, that is not for you, because you are not God. It is only God that does all of those things. It's God that knows. The only thing that is in your capacity as a human being is to plan. That's the only thing. Just plan towards it. You don't need to think about the future, because this used to be 100% me, and I still do it unconsciously. That's why I know I still do it unconsciously, but Thanks to knowledge, thanks to research, after getting knowledgeable about how what overthinking can do to me, after I almost died of acute depression, then I learned about ways to go about these things. But for now, I consciously just kill that habit. You have to be conscious before you kill habits like that. So the futurists, they think ahead into the future. They create problems that don't even exist. Just like the example I just told you, thinking about what your children will wear when they come, what they will eat when they come, how you pay their school fees. Do you even know if that problem would exist? You don't know, you're not sure. So you don't need to think ahead of what you're not sure of. So you just take your step once at a time. Think about what would solve the solution to the present issue on ground, the project you want to do, what step you need to take to achieve the project presently. For instance, let me give another example. The first example I gave might relate more to women. I want something everybody can relate to. Let's take business. I would always take business as an example. For instance, you are like me, you search for job, you couldn't find, you want to start a business. That business you want to start, you have not even start the business yet. Okay, you have the mind of you want to start a buying and selling business, for example, and you want to make it a standard business. Yes, you don't have money to start yet. You have not even draft your proposal yet. You don't even have a business plan yet. All you keep thinking about is, when I start, how would I get customers to sell to? How would I get customers to sell to? You see, it's good for you to think about how you get customers to sell to, which is not even happening presently, which will only happen when you get the business started. It's a good thing. But um the bad thing about it is that it would defer you from doing what you're supposed to do at that moment to move forward. Do you understand what I'm saying? It will stop you, it will affect you from doing what you are supposed to do. For instance, you don't even have the business on board yet. You don't have the money to start the business yet. Instead of you thinking about how would I sell, which is not even happening presently, think about, okay, how do I get funds to start? How do I get funds? How do I source for funds to start? Don't think about, when I start now, if I start this kind of business now, how would I get it to sell? How would I get people to sell to? No, you don't need that thinking now. Yes, it is important. Excuse me. It is important to get customers to sell to, because that would be that would be what would make the business thrive. That would be what would make the business successful. I understand that. But the truth is, if you stuck your head with that, you would not even get to start that business at all. You will not get to start the business at all. So that is why it is okay to think about it, but don't dwell about it. Just write it down. That is why getting a plan is the most important. Getting a plan is very, very, very important. So if you understand what I've been saying, you know that being a futurist has its own advantage, and if that is if and only if you can control it. If you cannot control it, then you should not don't even think about the future at all. If you can control it, the only thing you just have to do is, okay, this thing comes to your head presently, let me write it down and keep it in your to-do list for the future. Remove it from your head, offload it from your head, and put it in your to-do list. Think about what you need to achieve presently. Okay? All right, so Having understood, having talked about that, let's move to the next point. Uh, because I think time is getting fast spent. I hope you understand what I've been saying. Please, if you do not understand or you have any question, you can type it in the comment section. Type it in the comment section, please. All right. So let me continue to the next point. That's the fifth point, which is the idiots. Okay, sounds funny, right? All right. So for the fact that it is named the idiot does not mean the the person is an idiot. Yes, being an idiot is not always a bad thing. As long as you find a solution to not as long as of course you think about it and you know this thing I'm doing is not making sense and you go out of it. So what does the what is sorry, so still talking about the idiots. What does the idiot do? What do they do? They overcomplicate simple task. That's why they are called idiots. They overcomplicate very simple task. The idiots, they need to read and read and read and read and read before they get a task doing, before they could get on a task. They might not even get on it at the end of the day, because they are to me they are similar to the perfectionists. But in their own case, the perfectionists would take a step, but the perfectionist would not make that step work because he feels this step is not perfect enough. Do you understand? A perfectionist would take that step, would take a leap, but the perfectionist would just be like, this step is not perfect enough. No, 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 I can't take this step. All right. But for the idiot would not even take that leap of faith at all. The idiot will just keep reading and reading and reading and reading, like, oh, I have to, let me see, I have not gotten this thing, I have to get it, thereby causing them to overthink. Excuse me, please give me a few seconds. I don't know what to do, but you cannot be here. Please go to the kitchen. Come and take groundnut. Come and take groundnut. Come and take groundnut. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. It's my kid, and you know how they are now. They can be out of control sometimes, so I don't want them to disturb this video. So, like I was saying, the idiots are just people that they don't want to they just keep taking how do I say it now? For instance, are people that would go to this person, seek for knowledge from coach A, seek for knowledge from coach B, seek for that same knowledge, seek for knowledge from coach C, seek for knowledge from almost every coach around, and they end up getting themselves confused. They get confused that they don't even know what to do. All right. So that is why it is like that. That is how they are. And would make things like that would make ìyá kókó ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. And sorry about that. And things like that would help increase the overthinking issues, because they keep, of course, they feel tired about it. They feel bad for not even starting at all, because they feel they are not good enough. They feel, oh God, why everybody's doing it, why am I not doing it? Because they feel they are not good, because they have too much of knowledge on their head. They have knowledge from this, they Google for knowledge, they YouTube for knowledge, they meet coaches personally for knowledge on the same topic, and they eventually get lost in the middle. So this would cause overthinking for them, so they would not be able to be productive. That's about the idiots. Then the sixth point I have here is the dumb listener. The dumb listener. The dumb listeners are likened. They are also likened to the idiots. They are dumb because they listen to every single idea that comes their way. It's not because they are not dumb. They are not dumb. I don't see it as being dumb. I just see it as they are looking for the easiest way out. That's why they keep listening to different people. Excuse me. If they are with Coach A tells them, okay, you want to have a six pack, you want to have a flat belly, you do 5 push-ups, 20 push-ups daily, you run, you skip like 120 times. What else? What kind of exercise? Okay, you do sit up like you do 20 sit up daily. And then they start to think, oh my god, how would I do this every morning, every time, or every day? I have to achieve this. How else can I go about it? Then the next thing they do is to go to the next available person around them, maybe a coach or an exercise coach or anybody they feel can have the best solution to reduce the workload. They go, they when they ask, the person told them, okay, the person might tell them, okay, no, you don't necessarily have to do 20 push-ups, you don't have to do 120 skipping rope. Just as long as you make sure you do it every day, you can reduce it then they'll take the advice too. They still are not contented with that one. They'll still move to another person. So they keep taking advice from here, from there, even about their business, they'll take advice from everywhere. So they end up getting confused and not starting anything. So they listen to what other people sell to them, what every other person sells to them. They will change their minds multiple times, and they are never focused. That's the disadvantage. They would not get their focus. They cannot commit to a particular idea. They are not focused at all. They continually look for others to give them direction. They look for this to give them direction, they look for that to give them direction. They are not organized. And what they don't understand is wealth is only acquired when you stick to a particular idea. If you keep moving from one idea to another, you have a product to sell, you have, okay, let me use this method, let me use Albert Einstein method, let me use Aristotle method. You have not even stayed on Aristotle method for 1 month. Someone else brings something and claims it's perfect and sells it to you, still take it. This method is Abraham Maslow's method. In fact, it's the best. It's very, 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 it's very what do I like it's very, very, it makes your sales very fast. It's the best method you can get. They move there. They have not even stayed there up to 1 month. Someone else still comes to sell something to them. As long as you tell them, you sell your product, it's very, very, it's the best method. It's the best method everybody has been using. They move again to Mark Zuckerberg method. So people like that are called the dumb listeners. They are not focused. They end up getting to this, getting to that, and they would not get any results. So people like that don't get result at the end of the day. Yes, they start the task, but they don't stay on the task long enough for them to get results. So my seventh point is the excuse makers. Yes, the excuse makers. If you are an excuse maker, you make excuse over every single thing you're supposed to do. You say, I can't do this, I can't do that. How would I do this? How would I do that? For instance, now you're supposed to do push up. You make excuse of, I can't do push up on this floor. It's a very, very dirty floor. I'll get my body will get dirty on the floor. I might even get sick bacteria on the floor. Excuses like that. They make illogical excuses. They are very logical excuses, but they make it strong enough. They make it strong enough to not want to get into the task at all. So that is that for um, the excuse makers. The excuse makers, they make up all the excuses. They make up all the excuses that you can think of. In fact, at some point you also want to agree to that excuse that this excuse is true. Oh, it's true. If you want to do push up now and you lie on the floor, and you might get bacteria from it and you get sick. It's very very true. Okay, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. They make such excuses that even you yourself, you'll be forced to agree with their excuses. So those are the seven set of things, seven set of mindset, seven set of people that can affect you, that can make you be an overthinker. So try as much as possible to stay away from them. Let me mention them again. The first set of people are the perfectionists. Yes, I explained what a perfectionist is. The perfectionists are just people that want everything to be perfect before they get their hands on anything. Yes, the second is the lazy people, the laziness. And listen, when I say lazy people, I do not mean people that are lazy, that cannot do house chores. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean to say is the laziness is in their mind, is in their mindset. They set their brain such that they feel, oh God, if I do this, I can't even think about doing this. They only think about the end product. They don't think about the job it takes. And the third one is the measurer. The measurer, they are just people that would compare everything around them, compare everything, and make excuses for not being able to do that thing, to not being able to start at all. And the third one are the futurists, the people that instead of thinking of the present tasks to do to get a goal, to be able to achieve a goal, what they think about is the future, how to deal with the future in the present. They are the present, in the present day. There's something there. There's a task they need to do to achieve a goal, but they would not do that. The only thing they keep thinking about is the nearest future. What will happen in the nearest future? What will happen if I start this? What will happen if I get that? What will happen if I start that business? How would I sell? How would I sell those products or services? What will happen if I start giving birth? How would my children feed? How would they this? How would they that? So it will prevent them from even finding a way to start that business at all. They ended up not even starting the business at all, or they would end up not trying to get that children at all, trying to get married. How did they think, what happens when I get married to this man? In the future, we might not have a bright future together. Presently he does not even have a job. Presently he does not he doesn't think right. Presently, what I know about him presently is not a homemaker. The same thing goes to men. Hey, this my spouse, this woman, this girlfriend of mine cannot work very well. But Shade can work very well. But this one does not even know how to do anything. How would I do it? Even when this one start giving birth, how would she take care of the children? They do not know that other one you are thinking about has another plan for her life, or his or her life. Or you don't know that uh, uh, what gives us more experience is what we have been through in life. Presently they might not have been through anything. They might have been mommy's boy or mommy's girl. They don't know what life has not taught them any lesson. They have not even been able to do anything with their life. And you're thinking about how they would be in the nearest future. when you don't even know what will happen. Then you don't know, they might end up being the perfect wife or the perfect husband you dream of. So thinking about the future would not even let you go into that marriage at all, not talk of getting kids or even forming that home you so wish to form. So that's it about the futurist. And another one is they are the idiots. The idiots that just keep thinking about the easiest way out. The next one is the dumb listeners. The dumb listeners are just looking for, they are also looking for a perfect way out. But what they do is get opinion from this, get opinion from that, get opinion from almost everybody before they can. In fact, they will not even start because their head eventually gets messed up with different opinion. And the last but not the least one are the excuse makers. People that make different excuses, and they create different excuses for them not to even get to that task at all. So let us get back to our topic, which is from overthinking to productivity. How do you move from being an overthinker to being a productive fellow? How? It is very simple. Excuse me. It is very, very simple. Get rid of these things I just mentioned. I know in one way or the other you fit into one of the points. If you're not a if you do not fit into the dumb listener, you fit into the idiot, you fit into the perfectionist, or you fit into the excuse maker. Look for where you fit in. Think about it. Be the own the think about it and find a way to get yourself out of it. And the only way and the major way to get out of it is for you to be conscious. Yes, consciousness, as yes, it's a general word. Everybody uses that word. Everybody you see around uses the word. But as simple, as general as it sounds, it it is the only way that you can get yourself out of overthinking to be a more productive person. If you're conscious, then you know why, you'll be able to know when you start overthinking and why you start overthinking. Then after knowing why you start overthinking, you'll be able to create a solution to your overthinking issue. So thank you so very much. If you have any question, you can reach me. You can reach me on my YouTube channel, Shadebi's Complementary Healthcare. You can reach me on my Facebook page, Ways to Eliminate Depression. You can reach me on my personal page, Adeomi Sherifat, or you can ask right now. If you ask your question right now, then I would be able to shed more light on it. But in the absence of that, I think I'll be signing out now. I hope that with the few points that I've been able to talk about, I hope you now understand why it is important, why it is very, very important to move away from being an overthinker to a productive fellow. Now, thank you very much. Thank you so very much for your listening ears. Thank you very much for letting me into this group to come and talk to you about overthinking. It's something I've been through and I would not want anybody to go through it as well. So find a way out. Now, I have a gift for you. Yes, I have a gift for you. If you are online presently, you can chat me up as soon as I end this. I have a video course on overthinking, how to how to cure your overthinking issues. So if you're interested in the video course, You can contact Icon Ali Adams, all right, or I'll drop my WhatsApp link in the group. Yes, and just as a group message or as a comment or in the comment section. Just contact me if you are interested. Contact me and I would give you the course for free. Yes, totally for free. It's just take it as my token for uh just for giving me your listening ears. Yes, for giving me your listening ears. So thank you very much. I still remain Shadebi's Complementary Healthcare at Deomi Sherifat. So please kill depression before it kills your dream. Depression is real. It kills dream. So let me sign out now. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Bye.